Alright guys, this is part 2 of my haul for December thus far. I already made the previous video that is part 1 of this, so you can go back and check it out, where DVDs, make sure I went through them all. DVDs I got, stuff from my uncle, which I was really grateful to get. And then I did the Marvel and DC books and some one-shots and stuff like that. And like I said, all the stuff came around, the comic-wise and stuff came around like 20 bucks or something. So we'll get into the indies now, okay? This is like Dark Horse, Comico, Image. We'll see what I have here. Okay, Stan Sakai. Now I can't say his name. Amazing. Anyway, he did. First time I saw him, he was a letterer on Gru the Wanderer in the 80's, and he came up with later on he came up with Usago Jim. And this is live. Okay, came up with Usagi Yojimbo, which is about feudal Japan, and apparently he knows his history. He's an expert on it because I've heard people talk about this for years. I've seen, it seems like he popped up in one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoons. I've seen him in the comics. I just never really had the opportunity to get this book. So there was 2-3 books there, and I grabbed the color special. Okay, so that's really cool. I'm even pretty sure he had a figure with that line. All right, I always grab my Eric Powell. Got my Goon number 44, and I was really hesitant to get this because this really looks like one of the early issues when the Ombre, this lizard here, desert lizard that's kind of like Godzilla, popped up, but he went with the same kind of grindhouse kind of poster with it there and stuff. And he had a series of Billy the Kid miniseries, which there's one I need to complete, and I think this was it. I grabbed it just in case. Billy the Kid's Old Time Oddities in the Orm of Loch Ness. I'm telling you, man, these Billy the Kid books, you really need to check them out, man. Eric Powell writes them. Kyle Holtz does it. It's its own little universe. I think there's only like maybe 2 or 3, 4 issue miniseries and stuff, and they are so freaking good, man. Cowboy, I put it up there with like Billy the Kid meets Frankenstein or whatever those old books were, but good, it's more like Billy the Kid, the cowboy, who's ignorant, but he sells people, people like you always thinking I'm ignorant. You don't know the difference between ignorant and stupid, little lines like that. But it's like Billy the Kid meets that 1930s movie Freaks, Alright, then we got some early Comico stuff. I figured, why not? I don't know what is going on with me. I dodged this stuff in the 80s. I didn't want it in the 90s, and now all of a sudden I'm starting to pick up on them. Some Comico Grendel. Number 9, this is probably like from 87 or something, I'm not sure. There's some Matt Wagner Grendel. I got some Mage lately, and I'm really appreciating some of these indie books from the 80s. Another Comico, number 38. Matt Wagner writes these, other people do the art. Better put these to the side. Alright, I'm thinking this is original Mage, number 13. I can't really imagine it being worth that much because Mage, oh my god, it's been reprinted and people wait for the finish. But Mage is pretty much a whole bunch of historical heroes. Like, this guy is actually the reincarnation of King Arthur, and the baseball bat is Excalibur and things like that. This guy's actually a wizard reincarnated, and stuff like that. And now this is something I have been wanting to collect. This may have gotten me started, but to get the rest of these may be doubles, but I didn't want to take the chance. Elementals, Volume 1, number 12, by Bill Willingham, and number 13. Like I said, I just went ahead and grabbed them just in case. If anything, these are upgrades. Okay. And then I got these, man. This is by Martin Wagner, and for years I always thought it was Matt Wagner, but it's really odd why I'm getting these. I remember reading an article like in a comic scene or maybe even a Wizard about this. These came out in the 90s, 97 to be exact. I have no idea how many volumes there were, but I have been asked off and on for a year at a little convention here, or talking at some guy about comics at an antique shop there and all this stuff. And they are like, have you read Hepcats? And I'm just kind of like, I know what Hepcats are. It's human beings with animal heads. I don't know, man. So, I ran across some, got them for cheap, and now we're going to see what this Hepcats is, because whatever this was, people seem to really are they're very nostalgic about it. So I'm not going to like build it up in my mind like this must be some great reading or something, but got a feeling it's like slice of life stuff, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm worried that it's going to be like that Peter Jackson movie where it wasn't the Muppets, but it ended up being like a parody of the Muppets, and it was just horrible. You know what I mean? Like, it was really like, you know, some horrible stuff were going on in there, you know. So anyway. But yeah, here's Hepcats. And what's odd is that these are even numbers. 2, number 4. They didn't have 1, 3, 5 and stuff, you know. So it looks like it's very slice of life, very soap opera-ish. Real life, you know, violence. So yeah, the Moppets. Maybe it was the Moppets. I don't know. I can't remember what the name was, but I'm not on my game today. Okay, number 8 and number 12. Okay, and I can tell as these go along just by looking at the covers, man. Either the guy was getting more money to publish or something was going on there, but he was definitely inspired. So I have Hepcats now. Let's see what's going on with those. And this is another book that I can't believe I got. I made it through. I got the first 2 trades of this series when I traded off some toys to a guy, and it was just part of the lot. And I got in there and I started reading about how this guy started the strip. He actually wanted to kind of do it like a Sunday strip. The art kind of reminded me of For Better, For Worse, if you know your newspaper strips. For Better, For Worse, and another one that's not coming to my mind right now. For Better, For Worse. Anyway, you can kind of tell he kind of had a strip style, but there was some adult themes in there, and they were real people. You know, they were real people, but he's added a little touch of drama in there, you know, to kind of make it more of an exciting book. And I kind of dug it. And the first trade was kind of wonky, and then the second trade felt a bit more serious, so I figured why not? You know, I did a little looking. So I found these, and Strangers in Paradise by Terry Moore. So I figured why not, and there's been like maybe 90 issues total from what I can understand, but apparently it's jumped from publisher to publisher, and it's been like volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, I don't know how it works, so I'm just grabbing them, okay, we'll figure it out later. But here's number 10, and it's got a, you know, gimmick cover here, man. It's got a gold embossed letters on it, and I've seen this in advertisements and stuff. So there's number 10. Alright, number 12. And basically this is Catchu, and oh, I can't remember her name. Man, I don't even know why I'm making these videos today, man. I'm off my game. Anyway, but she has a boyfriend, I think his name is Dan or something, and I mean, he's not abusive or anything, but he's just, you know, aloof and doesn't really make her a priority. And if you listen to Catchu, man, you're going to think he's worse than what he is, because Catchu is in love with her. And I think Catchu used to be a spy or something, so they kind of play that up in there, and a little embarrassing things, and that's about as far as I've gotten. Okay, and let me see here, number 17. When he does story arcs, they seem to have a theme. You can see the theme in the covers. But I really enjoy this, man. I'm not saying they feel like real people, but they're a bit more believable than you know, a lot of people you see. And Terry Moore draws them like women. Okay, stuff like that. And I love how he has kind of like, he makes it interesting. It's a deceptively simple style. Number 22, you know, they're still on their art kick. But it's interesting because, you know, everything's just slightly above eye level, below eye level. He never just does like, you know, a lot of these indie books I didn't like was the simplicity of the art that didn't make it interesting. You know, and then they also had this thing with the indie books where they wanted to make it feel indie or whatever it was, and it was just, you know, it's like an actor indicating he's acting. You know, you can't take your mind out of it. But the way he does the art and stuff like that, he doesn't do any boring, you know, he does the storytelling really well, and it's fluid, but he never does anything. It's just a profile or anything. Everything's 3/4 views and stuff. I mean, there's just things that I look for in art and stuff. Makes it interesting. Oh, that's not going to show up, but number 27. It's kind of showing up there. Can't wait to see what this is. Like I said, I haven't read these. I don't know what this is because look at this number. Number 93,298. So, you know, lyrics and poems. No idea what this is. I mean, you know, and here's some of the stuff you'll end up getting. But there's some, it's got, a lot of the stuff has a poetic feel to it. 33. That's enough of that. I don't know what to say. Oh no. I think I made a mistake. They always have the next issue covers on the back of it, and I got a feeling I put back quite a few of them, because this is actually number 33. I had two 34s, and I guarantee I put it back. Oh crap. Anyway, 37. It's not like anybody's going to buy them. 38, 39. Oh no, I did get it. 34, 45. I got a feeling a lot more of these are out of whack. 47. Strangers in Paradise. 48. Love this cover. Got a collection of moments. Molly and Pooh. Maybe that's her name, Molly. I'm embarrassed. This thing has some rabid fans in it. You know, so I love these covers. Number 51. Remind me of some Vertigo Mike Kaluta covers, but I know that's not where he's going with it. Yeah. 52. 53. 61. Like I heard there's only 90 of these, so it's a pretty good chunk in there just to get in there. 78. So, and I'm sure there's more. Alright, so there's my Strangers in Paradise. Got this as a one-shot series. This is a one-shot 11/1 Joseph Michael Linsner, an Angry Christ comic with Don in it. Don has some rabid fans. Joseph Michael Linsner definitely has a style that's all his own, beat his own drum. It's really poetic and aloof, maybe. But he does his own thing, and I've only read just a very little bit of his stuff, which is actually kind of cool, because I met him in real life, and he looks like this heavy metal guy, and there's like this poet in there. And that's how I would describe him. You know, everything he does. She has the thorn on her wrist all the time. She's chained here, and she always has 3 tears with running her mascara going, kind of her trademark there and stuff. You know, so that's Dawn. But yeah, it's kind of cool to see this. And like I said, you know, for a while these books were hot with their rabid fans. Low print run, number 10. No idea if they're worth anything now. And then, you know, I've sat here and shown you art and poetry and indie books and slice of life and stuff. So, you know, let's just freaking ruin that, man. Found me another Ralph Snart. That's right. Yeah. I've had enough. I've had enough of comic books. I'm out of here. Looks like he quits. So, I'm always on the look for that Ralph Snart that where the opening page is the top half of the panel is him pissing off a bridge. I can't help it, dude. That cracked me up. And I've seen this before, and I passed it up, and I had to slow down. Now this came out like around in '86, but I never slowed down to see what it is. But it's ripping time. It's Richard Corbin, man. Just wasn't paying attention. You know, that logo always threw me off, made it look like something cheap, and I'm like, oh my god. Real glad to get this. You know, I'm finding these left and right. But here's number 32 from 1990 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. You know, so yay. You know, and I think that's a Mirage Studios one. And here's what's funny, I never noticed that, but I talked about Dawn. Well, look at that. She has 3 teardrops. She has red hair. So that's kind of cool. You know, that's what I like about comics. Then I found this. This is a Wizard World Texas exclusive. Michael Turner's Soulfire, Dying of the Light. And I don't think he actually worked on this. This is 05. I can't remember when he passed away, but it's definitely a cover by him. So here's Soulfire. And I got a big Mike Turner lot I'm just going to put on eBay, because there's people who are bigger fans of his than I am. You know, he's one of those artists where I think he's good, but I don't understand the frenzy he had. This was in there. Telos, Mike Ringo, number 7. Okay, all right. I'm not going to say anything. Then I got this. It's a Dynamic Forces exclusive for Rising Stars number 2 by J. Michael Straczynski. I got a feeling this is going to have a buzz pretty soon. Again, I don't know. I mean, when this first came out, I saw articles and people talking and everything like that where they were trying to say this was going to replace Watchmen. And they were sitting there and, you know, they were comparing it to Watchmen and stuff. And I read it and I'm like, I just don't see it. Like, it's good, but it's not that good. And it didn't really grab me enough to finish it, you know. Got me another Wizard half issue. A session. Yeah. Excuse me. That looks like a Jim Lee cover, but I'm not going to say anything. Could be a Silvestri cover. I think it's Top Cow, and that's a Mark Silvestri cover, so excuse me. You know, but yeah. Yeah, there you go. This went with Wizard Magazine number 82. I got a bunch of these. I think I'm just going to do a video showing off my half issues. No idea why I feel compelled to complete those. I just think they're cool. He gave me this for free. Guardian Angel number 2 from Image. No idea what this is. I've never heard of this, but that is a damn cool cover. Really reminded me. I had to take a double look. I thought it was a P. Craig Russell book, or maybe something to do with Elric and stuff, but it's not. Never heard of this. Never heard of that. And then I grabbed this because this was a hot book there for a while. Of course, anytime Image puts out a #1 or you hear about this series coming out, they're all hot books for a while. Time will tell what's hot or not. But I grabbed this because, you know, I always did kind of want to read it. It's I can tell that it's a first volume #1, Red Star #1. Yeah, so. Okay, that was part 2 of the haul. Make sure you watch part 1. And I think that's it, guys. Later.